Alrighty, welcome back, boys and girls. It's your main math man, Mr. Shane, coming to you live from Walker Grant Middle School. And in this video, we're still working on the SOL review guide, and now we're talking about SOL 8.17, which is everything equations. Make sure you can follow along those steps to know. Also, too, what I like to do on the side is I like to write these three letters to kind of help guide me for those order operations when I'm talking about equations or inequalities. And so I'm saying this, I'm saying, all right, DCM, helpful letters to see. So I'm going to do the distributive property first. Then I combine like terms, Again, that includes getting all the variables on one side and all of the constants on the other side. And lastly, we manipulate the variable. Again, that's just dividing by that coefficient. So if you ever have, 3x equals 27, always just divide by whatever's out front. Also remember too, the Desmos Calculator is extremely helpful for this, because if you type the left side of your equation, let me try that again, the left side of your equation, it should equal your right side of your equation. So for example, I can do this. It has 4 times the quantity, x plus 3. I have minus 5. I can hit enter, and then I have 6 times the quantity, x plus 1 plus 4. Again, what you do is you hit enter, start a new line. It's saying, okay, I can't get a value yet until I define what x is. So let's say in the example it has x equals negative 1.5. Since these two lines are the same, meaning since these sides of my equation are both equal, we know that this is the correct answer. So make sure that you can do that simply. Also too, if you forget how to do that distributive property, I can do an example up here. So if you have, let's say, 4 times quantity x plus 3 minus 5, you can draw that little box that helps us break it apart. So I have positive 4 on the left, that I'm multiplying that times each of those terms inside the parentheses. So I have positive 1x on top and a positive 3. Again, make sure that you are including those signs. That way you can get your products in the center to be the appropriate sign. So I have positive 4 times a positive 4x, or excuse me, positive 4 times a positive 1x is positive 4x. There we go. And a positive 4 times a positive 3 is a positive 12. Again, make sure you saw how I did it. I write the products inside of the box, and I multiply the two terms that I'm multiplying together. I put it inside there, and so then I can write it underneath. So I'd have, this is going to be the same as 4x plus 12 minus 5, and make sure you just follow your combined like terms afterwards. So this would be 4x plus 7. Just as a reminder. Okay. Using that Desmos Calculator, I can save a ton of time, because all I have to do is, well, I know that one of these answers has to be true. It gives me a 25% chance, so I can actually guess and check for each of these if it gives you a value. Again, if it does not give you a value, you're on your own. You got to be able to follow those steps. So what I can do, again, I'm going to type in the left side of my equation. So I have x minus 7, and then I have the right side. So I have 3 over 4 times x, and then I have minus 5. And what I can do is I can try out some of these values. So let's say, is x equal to negative 48? Since these two values are different, meaning my two sides of my equation are not the same, which makes this false. So we know it's not that first one. How about 1? That's also false. How about 1/2? That is also false. Let's check to make sure that last one is true. And it is. Again, those are the same value, so it is x equals 8. All right. Be sure to hit that clear all button when you move to another problem, otherwise it will still store those values. And it says, what value of x makes this equation true? So I have 2x plus 3. I need to do all that divided by 4. And I have negative x plus 3. So let's try some of these values out. I have x equals 3 over 2. And boom, I'm already done since I have that those two lines are equal. Moving on. For number 3, it says the length and width of the rectangle are noted in the image. The perimeter of the rectangle is 82 units. Find the length and width of the rectangle. So I know that for rectangles, I have opposite sides are the same. So I have that this side is going to be x, and this side is also going to be 2x plus 8. I know for perimeter, I have to add up all the sides, and that would equal 82. So let me add up all the sides. So I have x plus 2x plus 8. And 2x plus 8 is equal to 82. Again, following my DCM, I don't have any distributive property to do, so I can cross that one out. I do need to combine like terms, so let me actually box in let me highlight those variable terms. So I have 1x here, I have another x here, 2x, 2x. When those combine, again, just add up the coefficients. So I have 2x, 4x, and 6x. So I'm going to write it down here. I'm going to say 6x, and then I can add together my constants. Plus 16 is equal to 82. And this just becomes a simple two-step equation. Use your inverse operations to get the variable by itself. And I have 6x equals, let's do 66. Divide both sides by 6, and I should have x equals 11. Be mindful, I did not circle my answer yet because it's saying find the length and the width. So I have that one side is going to be equal to 11, and the other side is going to be this. I have to do 2x plus 8, and x equals 11. So I can say that this side length is going to be 30. So the length and the width are 30 and 11. Again, you can also double check as well if you want to. You can plug in that original equation, or I can say 11 plus 11 plus 30 is 82, which is good. All right, next it says what value of g makes this equation true. I have 2 over 3 times the quantity 6g minus 3. And then I have my right side, which is 3 times quantity g plus 1. Try out some of these values. I have g is equal to 1. Those two values are different, so that one's not true. How about 4? Those are false. How about 5? Those are true since those are both the same, so I'd say 5 is our answer. Again, this is significantly easier when you're using that Desmos Calculator. Again, be mindful of what you're typing in, as it will do exactly as you type it in. So 3m is equal to 5m minus 10. Let's check when m is equal to negative 5. Those two are different. How about when m is negative 5 over 4? These two are different. How about just positive 5 over 4? Close, but they are still different. And lastly, how about just 5? And yes, those two are the same, so we know it's that one. Moving on to the back. For number 6, it says use the information provided in the image to determine the height of the boy. So I'm looking for this amount here. Again, it's very similar to that one on the front. It's saying that, hey, this entire length is 113, which if we notice, hey, I have these two lengths here, so I can actually add those two together. So I'm going to say, all right, I have 9x plus, and I have 7x plus 1, and we're saying this is all equal to 113. Again, be able to combine those like terms. So I can say I have 9x and 7x is 16x. The rest of the equation stays the same. Get that variable by itself, so 16x is equal to 112. Divide both sides by 16. So I can say 112 divided by, let's try that again, 112 divided by 16. So I'm going to say x equals 7. Again, take your time, slow down, take a deep breath. Exhale. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the height of the boy. Is that x? It is not. And so I have to say, okay, I need 9x, so I need 9 times 7, which is 63. So I'd say this is going to be 63 inches. All right. For number 7, it says this. It says find the value of x that makes the equation true. So when it has that model, like in the algebraic expressions, again, just use the key or legend that it has. So let me actually say key or legend. And all you have to do is just follow along for what it says. So let's say this. Again, in the center is that equal sign. So on my left side, what do I have? Well, I have 2 negative x's and I have a positive 1. And on the right side, I have 2x and minus 3. So again, I have negative 2x plus 1, and I have 2x minus 3. Again, it gives you 4 choices, so you can plug in some options that you have. So let's see, does x equal 1? It does. Those, that left and right side are both the same, and so we know we are good. Again, make sure that you're reading that carefully. Again, we said our answer is x equals 1, and we said our answer is that since the left and the right side of the equation are both the same value, so that equal sign holds true. For number 8, it gives you a sentence and you're trying to set it up. So it says 5 times the sum of a number, x, and 9 is 10. So 5 times the sum, so I have 5 times the sum, x, and 9 is 10. So what I can do is this. Make sure I set it up correctly for 8. Short. Excuse me. So what I can do, again, like I said, I type in my left side of the equation, 5, and then x plus 9. I have my right side, which is 10. We're just saying, okay, do these two equal each other when x equals negative 41? Those are not the same, so this is not true. What about 45? Those are not the same, so they're not true. How about 11? Those are close, but not the same. And lastly, what about negative 7? Since both the left and right side are equal to 10, we know that our value for x is negative 7. For number 9, it says George Costanza has 2x minus $5. Evan has 6x minus $77. George and Evan have the same amount of money. How much do each of them have? So, again, make sure you can set up your equation like always. So I can have 2x minus 5 is equal to 6x minus 77. Make sure if I have variables on the both sides, I can get rid of the one that has the lower coefficient. So I look at my 2 coefficients. Which one's lower? The 2. And so that is what I'm going to add the opposite to both sides. I have minus 2x to both sides. So I have negative 5 is equal to 4x minus 77. Add 77 to both sides. I'm trying to get that variable by itself. So I have this is going to be 72 is equal to 4x. Divide both sides by 4. I have 18 is equal to x. So $18. For number 10, it says an isosceles triangle. And actually, let's back up. I want to make sure that this is correct. So I have 2x minus 5. Let's double check, because actually, that's not my answer. Let's back up. I knew I was messed up on that one. They don't have $18. We have 18 is equal to x. However, we're saying, okay, how much do each of them have? So we're trying to say, what are these two values? So we have 6x minus 77. And we said x, we found out x is equal to 18. However, each of them have $31. Make sure that you are careful on that one. This is $31. All right. And then for number 10, it has an isosceles triangle, has a perimeter of 30 units. What is the value of x? Since these two side lengths are the same, let me actually do this. I can add up all the sides. I can say x minus 6 plus x minus 6 plus x minus 15 is equal to 30 units. Again, you can type this in to your wonderful calculator. So I have x minus 6 plus x minus 6 plus x minus 15. And we're saying, does that equal 30? When x equals, well, it can't be negative 23, but we can double check. It is not negative 23. Distance needs to be positive. How about 19? It is 19 since those two values are the same. For number 11, it says, what is the solution to that equation? So let me type it in exactly as it looks. Again, it might look very complicated, but using the resources and tools provided, you can solve it very simply. So 4x and then minus 12. All right, again, plug and play those values they have, and boom, right away I have 14.